Protests erupt after U.S. police shoot black man. Protests have erupted in the U.S. state of Wisconsin after police shot a black man many times while responding to what they said was a domestic incident. The man, identified as Jacob Blake, was taken to hospital for surgery and is now in intensive care, his family said. Video posted online appears to show Mr. Blake being shot in the back as he tries to get into a car in Kenosha. Authorities in the city declared an emergency overnight curfew after unrest broke out following the shooting. Hundreds of people marched on police headquarters on Sunday night. Vehicles were set on fire and protesters shouted, "We won't back down." In a public safety alert, police urged 24-hour businesses to consider closing because of numerous calls about armed robberies and shots being fired. Officers used tear gas to try to disperse hundreds of protesters who defied the county-wide curfew, which is in place until 7 o'clock on Monday, 12 o'clock GMT. Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers condemned the shooting of Mr. Blake, who was reportedly unarmed. "While we do not have all of the details yet, what we know for certain is that he is not the first black man or person to have been shot or injured or mercilessly killed at the hands of individuals in law enforcement in our state or our country," he said in a statement. "I have said all along that although we must offer our empathy, equally important is our action. In the coming days, we will demand just that of elected officials in our state who have failed to recognize the racism in our state and our country for far too long." Jacob Blake's name was trending on social media and thousands signed a petition calling for the officers involved to be charged. He is now out of surgery and in stable condition, according to family and friends on social media. The shooting comes amid heightened tensions in the U.S. over racism and police brutality following the death of African-American man George Floyd earlier this year. Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden on Monday released a statement calling for a full and transparent investigation of the shooting. "This morning, the nation wakes up yet again with grief and outrage that yet another black American is